Ooh. Oh, I'm alive. Hey, Happy Trekker. I know it's in the middle of night for you, but thank you for coming in. Feeling better? Oh, these dogs won't stop barking. I need to go get some water, actually. I want to go over to the... Alright, let's try that. Good. I'm glad. Hey, Dawn. How are you? There it is. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Get some water. I'm okay. I had some trouble getting to sleep, but I would have slept longer, but of course the dogs won't let me. Hey, Emily. Connecticut. Okay, you're quite a fur piece, as we say. I'm assuming that you can hear me just fine today. And you can probably hear the fan behind me. Oh, there we go. I wondered why it was so loud. Thanks. I really didn't have a plan to work in it. But I was going through my books and marking with these little tabby things. That look like this. that I got off Amazon. Since I had so many of them, I mean, this is just one of like 6 deals. Anyway, so as I was marking that, I said, ooh, I kind of like that one. Ooh, kind of like that one. Hello, Sweden. I'm glad audio is good. Oh, Hanna Karlzon country. Awesome. Hey, Yana. Thanks for coming in. Anyway, I just landed on this book, and after tabbing it, and I wanted to work on this paper. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what other book. Maybe it's one I haven't finished. Yeah, that's what I was doing before I got on the live stream, was looking for pages that I'd finished in July, and I had trouble finding some. I know I did. Anyhow, it all started back when I watched, I can't talk today. Watching someone use this thing, the water-based colorless blender from Tombow, and using it with Inktense, and I thought, ooh, I want to try that. And I was trying to figure out which book it was that I practiced in. Hey, Penny. 78. Oh, hush. Oh, the polys are wonderful in here. Yeah. Yeah, that part wasn't planned either as to what pencil set I would use in here. I just already had the Arteza and some Prisma out, and I was just too lazy to go find anything new. Well, in order to do that, I would have had to put it all up, because there was just getting to be too many pencils on my table. And I couldn't work with that many pencils on the table, so I just decided to use what was there. I'm just wondering if I don't know what book it was that I started in. You remember this? I finished that. Hey, Kenny. How's the sound in the video? I am sorry for the glare of... Let me see if I can... Sorry about the shaking. I keep running into the... Okay, I wonder if I can put... I've done this before. I just have to figure out where that is. No, that's not it. Ooh. That's too far up. I suppose when the sun moves a little more, or the earth moves a little more, then it won't be there. Awesome. Hey, Noelle. Oh, Noelle is Penny. Oh, 67. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Kenny. Thanks. The short story is I asked my husband to find a mic that could be plugged into the computer, and I knew we had a small one that we might work, but then he brought me this. And I looked at it and I said, well, it might work. So I plugged it in. And I did a test last week, I think. And it was working fine, so. Let's see if I can. Uh-oh. That really is bothering me. Maybe it's not bothering anyone else. I think it must be high up. Good. Now the earphones, the headset was going to be fine too, but I didn't want to have that on my head, because I feel like I'm tethered to the computer with that, and I use it for teaching, and I don't know, I just wanted to do something different for live stream. And the thing I really wanted was one that you wore on your shirt, but that was small. This one is kind of big, but it works, so we're gonna go with that. I'm trying to. If I cover it, it'll cover the page. Maybe if I did it like this. No. So my OCD says, you need to fix that. You got to find out where it is and do something about it. Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing, but I wanted to find the source. I'm kind of bringing myself in here with different things. So I just need to figure out where it's coming from. I think it might be this one. Well, there's always something. Oh, that's the one. But, okay, use my ingenuity. No, maybe. I think that'll work. I think that'll actually make it worse. Well, there's always something. like I said, it'll move as the Earth is rotating. So, okay. Hey, Rinka. The problem with that is that, that the only place I could put something to block it would be up on the blinds themselves, and that's hard to find, so I'll try to work on it next time. What I really should do is put curtains up. And I've got some curtains, and I've got a rod that's right there. So I don't know. I guess it hadn't been a problem before. Yeah, this one, I was determined to finish this by Tuesday. I think I finished it on Sunday, maybe. Can you see the shiny stuff? Especially there on the honey. Thanks, Kenny. This right here, and is it this one and this one? One of these I used, it was definitely this one. I used a chrome pin, and I was wanting it to be kind of like mirror or something, and I don't know, like the bee wants to come up and look in itself. I don't know. And the windows. This part, though, I think I used silver watercolor paint. I used a little bit of metallic watercolor paint on the bricks. And I think I used a little bit on the bees. You may or may not be able to see that. Maybe you can. And Wink of Stella for the sparkle on the wings. So, there it is. You've never seen one? There's different brands. I'm not sure how I came across this one, but I guess I probably just looked up chrome pen, P-E-N. In the South, we say pin. This one had 2 ends to it, two nibs. The very small one, and more of a giant, I don't know what that is, like a 2 or 3, I don't know the numbers. Oh, I don't know. It's not a big deal. And this side wasn't working for some reason. I go, oh, maybe I just need to hold it up like this and set it in my little doodad and set it up straight. I came back to it and I thought, what's going on? And then suddenly I saw this thing on the side. Oh, shake and vent. Duh. So I shook it and I vented it, and voila, it worked. I thought, I wasted my money on that, and it's already messed up. Oh, so thirsty this morning. Autocorrect has a mind of its own. And then, since I finished this one, I said, why not finish this one? And of course, I did a lot of tweaking of the birds, and I added some white and Posca, and I took away some blue and added some blue and took away some blue. I mean, it really was like that. And then what was I going to make? The little houses, and I decided to pull in the other colors. I suppose I could have made them something else, but I don't know. I was liking how it was blending in with the things around it. And this, though, I just have the green door. I don't know what you call that, door jamb. And just did wood on that one. Like, they haven't painted it yet. I don't know. And I got out some stencils and went kind of crazy. Can y'all tell? I tried different techniques of what color to use on as a base, and then what color to use, or what to do with the leaves. Should I just erase them out and then color them, or leave them white? Or I did what I did here. I just I colored the background, and I did it in sections, and took some different leafy looking stencils, and then just took I think it was mostly pale sage. Toward the end, I did something I finally remembered, or it just came to mind again. What I mean was to use some light blue. I think it was sky blue light on the green of the leaves. These leaves, just, I worked so hard on that. Just erasing, coloring, and I just finally I got it to a satisfying end, and then all right, let's move on. So I think I've seen probably Karen, my Colorful Country Life, use some blue in the green as part of the green and around it, and it looks really good. So then I got out my cloud stencil, and you can't really see it that well, but the idea was that this part was the tree, and this hung out from the tree, or some kind of bush with, I don't know, do you know trees with pink flowers? I don't know. Yeah, I guess we do, don't we? And then this part is the sky, because you want this hanging, I don't know, I wanted it to be hanging in the sky, so that's what I did. Anyway, I had a good time with that. Yeah, I probably tweaked too much. Then I wanted to switch from mythographics to something else, and that's what started me on using Inktense. And oh, you know, I think it was Zoe. She was doing watercolor. That's what that was. And of course now I can't find or remember the page I was working on. It's going to come to me. Oh, no, I know. I remember now. It was this one. And I used Color watercolor pencil. And then instead of, well, some of it I did water. Instead of water, I used the Tombow pen. And I sort of abandoned this one so far. Then when I was going through here and marking, I said, oh, I want to try let me find the page. I really should mark what I'm working on. I wanted to try the Inktense with it, with Tombow pen. that is a long-winded story. I should have just shortened it to, yes, I wanted to experiment with Inktense and the Tombow pen. Brushless marker. Brushless, colorless marker. And I tried to pick a page that I was interested in doing, thus the mark, but it didn't bother me if I messed up. Was it really? Thank you. Thank you, Rinka. And when it came to working on something today, I already had all this out. I put up all the rest and I said, I'm just going to do this. And I got my circle stencils out. I thought, how cool would it be to make a light? I think, though, I'm probably going to go in further with the black. This is like too much. I didn't want it to be that much. And I've got a couple of smaller ones here. And I think you might be able to see that one here. I don't know where the idea came from. I just decided to do it. Yeah, so probably I'm going to work on that a little bit more. What was my first one? Well, the absolute first one, I think, was a Jade Summer. Anyway, actually don't have that book anymore. The second book was Johanna's Christmas. Johanna's Christmas. And I still have that one. That one. Boy, I don't know why I'm so dry today. And since I already had the Arteza and the Prismas out, I decided to use them. A book background. Yeah, when I was thinking about the background, I'd already started this blue, and so I couldn't really do a blue background necessarily. At least, that's not what I wanted to do. And I thought, why don't I just make it black? So that's what I did. And the water-based blender works great with the Derwent Inktense. I do have to clean it often. There's another paper somewhere that has a bunch of marks on it. It looks like art. Buka. I'm not sure what Buka is. Anyhow, when I used the different colors from the Inktense for that, then I went in with either Arteza or... Is it Arteza or Arteza? I've heard it both ways. Buka. Well, I'm going to look it up now because I'm a curious person. Buka. Are you sure it's not? Yeah, I was about to say it. I think it has one O. A bunch of different colored circles in the background. Oh, okay. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I've done that on... I didn't know that was what it was called or that it had a name. But these were some of my first colorings in here. And I followed Elena. And so she was showing how she did that. That was fun. I didn't do too much on that one. But I do like the background. I'd like to do more of that. Oh, yeah? Okay. Thanks, Kenny, for looking that up. Now we know it has a name. Before I get started on that, I wanted to ask y'all, I have got a lot of things that I want to de-stash, but I don't know how to actually go about how to sell it on here. I know Corey, she did, if you have a certain, you're going to pay a flat rate on a box, and I don't know. These wouldn't cost that much to send individually, so shipping wouldn't be that much on it. But I wasn't sure if I should make a whole separate live stream, or it would have to be a live stream. Mark each one or put them in a set or what. But that's kind of, I've got those. That's what I wanted to do. I've got the stencils, and I actually have at least one color pencil set. Oh, is it? Okay. Oh, you have? Okay, thanks, Kenny. Bouquet. Bouquet? Bow or bow? Like a bow tie, or bow as in bow from the waist? Bow. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Nicole. Noelle. You probably get that all the time. So y'all can let me know what you think about how to, I suppose I can go to, what's it called? Discord and put some stuff there. I don't know. Let me see. Where's my black? Oh, did she? Yeah, I get called Lisa quite often. More than any other name. That's the one I remember the most. So I used the Inktense black on here, and then I came in with my black pencil, Prisma, and just added the black, and then I came in with, well, I'd used Arteza, but also Prisma on the blues. Yeah, I like her tutorials too. I actually haven't done one in a while. I haven't done an Elena one in a while either. I don't know if that's a sign that I'm doing my own stuff more often, or that I just haven't thought about it. Could be either one. So I'm going to come down further. This is indigo. It's hard to color a curve. You just almost have to do it in little bits. I hope the fan isn't bothering y'all. Where I'm sitting right now, it's showing 78 degrees. I start to sweat at 78 degrees. All right. I think. Oh, yeah. This is non-photo blue. Just 2 circle motions and it will be streaky. Right, I see what you're saying. And actually, I don't mind the streaky. See how it is right here? I need to zoom in a little bit. Goodness. Y'all can let me know if the focus is off. Anyway, I want it to be a little streaky because I didn't want to completely do a Starry Night deal, but I wanted to give it an illusion of motion in a sense. I don't know. It's things I come up with late at night. Things I come up with at night. And sky blue light. I actually had this side pretty smooth and saw that it wasn't smooth here, and I actually liked that, so I decided to use the streaks to my advantage. How is everyone's weekend? Did you do anything out of the ordinary? Did you get some coloring done? Did you do some reading? Did you see a movie? Did you go to church? You don't have to answer that one. Or not answer it, whatever. Let's see, we didn't do anything special. I didn't have as many classes to teach. Mostly because the kids went back to school, the Chinese kids. I was kind of bummed about that because I liked making the extra money. The extra money is to feed my art supply monster. And I've got plenty of art supplies, really do. Yeah, you went to church? Okay. We watch online for right now. That's better. Better. Look what I did with the black. It's actually not on there perfectly. Like that. It sticks though. This one's funny too. I think though I'll wait until each of these, the newer one I'm using of these. I wait till that one gets low, and then I'll stick them together. I'll probably break that one too. Might as well. I'll wait until their longer counterpart gets shorter. This one was getting shorter, so I thought, well, I'll just stick that on there. But there was one time where I stuck a small one onto a regular length of pencil that, that hadn't been used much. And when I went to put it in my bag, I realized, oh, I can't have it that long. Hey, Connie. Thanks for coming in. I actually thought about going over some of this with more of the Inktense, but I decided to just try the Prisma color black. I keep losing the colors. What I need to do is probably move some of those, and then at least get them in. When they're all dark barreled, they just all get in the way of each other. I'm going to have to do left-handed on this one. Yeah, this isn't quite curved as the other, but it's all right. Oh, yeah? Even when it is cool, we don't open windows. My husband will say, wasting you're wasting the electricity from using the air conditioner. But I think if it ever got down to 78 here, I might do it. Maybe I need to bring this part down. Anyway, I'm tweaking too much. Tweak, tweak. It's like the Rockin' Robin song. Tweet, tweet. Tweedly dee. That song was in my mind around the time I was trying to think of a name for one of our dogs. And I said, ooh, Robin. And so there it was. When my husband got home from work that day, it was the first time he saw her. I said, I want to call her Robin. Rockin' Robin. He thought that fit pretty well, so there we go. Am I warm? Well, yeah, a little bit. The fan is helping a lot. We have a good AC, except, man, this is not looking curved anymore. This is looking squared off. I may just color that whole thing that way. All right, I gotta stop. I could tweak that all day. It is awesome. What do y'all think I should do with the middle of these leaves? Should I color it a darker green, or just the green that I was working on with, or a light green? Did I put the green pencils up? No, they're right here. Dark green, real dark green. All right. We'll start out with the felt green because that's what that is. And I can add the jungle green on top of that. Sorry. We'll do a little test. We'll let that dry a minute. I can get that real dry real fast. Oh, come on. Blow dryer. Okay, let's try this forest on top of that. Okay, what do you think? Uh-oh. Okay, sorry about that. Stream health. It says the stream is healthy. So you like that? I've got a song in my head. It's a good song, but you know, you get tired of some songs after a while. I didn't use my glove. Let's hear it. Oh. Well, it's a hymn. I don't know if y'all want to hear a hymn. I mean, it's a newer hymn. If you like hymns and praise songs, try listening to Keith and Kristen Getty. Even if y'all liked hymns, I don't know that I would sing, because I used to sing good enough, well enough, but as I've gotten older, my vocal cords, I guess there was a long string of time where I was in choirs, you know, and my voice was exercised, but it got shaky after a while too. See, that's how I wipe off the end of that until it's clean. These really don't get that wet, but I'll blow dry it anyway. Yeah, I enjoy being in choir. I was in choir in high school, and so that was the high school choir and the church choir we were going to at the time, and I enjoyed that a lot. I used to sing too. I even sang a couple of shows in my hometown. Cool. Yeah, I think that is the very reason I'm not in a choir, and the one in high school, it was more than just a choir. We also learned music theory, a little bit of music theory. I think I might come out from that middle with a little bit of this color. And we did warm-ups before we went in there, or before we practiced any song, we would come in and do warm-ups. Gosh, I'd forgotten about that. You know how you do scales with piano, but you do scales with your voice. And after a little bit of that, then we started in on our songs, whatever we were practicing. Yeah, I miss that. Hi, Gail. Me. Whoa. Yes, we did. You're bringing back so many memories. We did that, and we would all be laughing, but we did it anyway, and, it helped us. We went to a competition, I think in my junior or senior year, and we did really well. I think we sang we sang a couple things, but the one I remember the most was "May the Lord bless you and keep you," and I remember it because there was a lot of good harmonizing in there. Obviously, it's what you want in a competition of a choir. And at the end, when we closed the last word, it ended with an N. So when we ended, we'd carry out that sound a little further. And we hadn't done that before, and it was interesting. So I think we did well in the competition. No, it's not competition. I don't know what you'd really call it, but anyhow, we had a good time. It was fun. Then I was in another choir at a different church, and then the church after that was too small. We didn't have a choir, so I kind of got out of practice. Yeah. I'm afraid to drink too much at once, because was somebody talking about that the other day? You don't want to drink too much water. But my mouth is dry, so I think I'm gonna get rid of these. I'll get one of my dry mouth lozenge things. It may just be dry mouth. I take different medicine that causes that, so today it just wanted to bother me more. I want to keep working on this. It's actually... Now I'm going to erase it again. Oh. I kind of wanted it like that. Yeah, I see what I was trying to do. Now, some of that I can't erase because it is Inktense. Thanks. I always seem to gravitate toward blue. Let's see. Shall we work on... I could do leaves. I think I will push my book up here. This is about the lightest blue. Yeah. The lightest blue in the 72 set of Inktense. Whoa. Yeah. Teal, turquoise, all those. Yeah, I love that. Let's see. Trying to find the flower where this butterfly is. Okay. Trying to see where the blue is. All right. Now just start coloring. This is called iris blue. I'm looking forward to getting the new 28 Inktense colors. How many of you have those? And if you don't have those, will you get them? See you, Dawn. Have a good day. You do. How do you like them then, Kenny? I know there's a lighter blue in there. I was kind of looking forward to that one. Oh, are you? Well, that's probably good. I have the colors. And they work pretty well. And I thought, well, I don't want to buy any expensive ones. Because I'm just coloring in coloring books. But I know they dissolve really well. So I'm like, There's something about using a quality thing, even on something simple, or it's just a grilled cheese sandwich, right? But if you use quality ingredients, you'll get amazing grilled cheese sandwich. That's the only analogy I could come up with. So if I've made you hungry, I do apologize. Oh, that is a really good idea. That is a good idea. Whoops. Someone was using I always forget who I watch, but someone was using the Arteza watercolor pencils, and they looked an awful lot like the colors. So I asked the person, it might have been Corey, not Corey, can't remember her name. Anyway, I asked the person, how are these different or the same than the colors? And the person replied that they didn't have the colors. But to me, they looked similar. They were a similar shape, and the lettering was kind of similar. And I thought maybe, they're close enough. I don't really need to get more. Even though I can't see you. That's funny. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. Well, I have a go-to pencil, which is Prisma. It works in just about every book. But I do have my favorites. I like Prismas, Polys, Black Widows, Brute Finner Squares, Arteza. I like Grizzly. So I like a lot of different things. But if there was a fire and I could only grab one pencil set, or maybe two, maybe three. No. I'll take them all. Sometimes you think about that kind of thing. Well, what would I grab besides my husband and my pets? If there were a fire, if I had time to grab anything, what would I grab? Pencils are yeah. Colleen's, yeah. I've heard those were really nice. Yeah, I would agree with Kenny. I like all my pencils for different reasons. I try to use each of them um, often, just change out what I'm using. I haven't used such and such lately. Why don't I get those out and play around with them? Poor things are neglected. This is a big old flower. You're saying, what is she doing? Well, I want it to be very light, because I got this one awfully dark, and it's kind of hard to erase when you've ended up making it so dark. And if I start out light, I can always get darker. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? All right, we'll start with that and see what happens. I know I don't ask fair questions, so it is hard to choose. Yeah, sometimes it definitely is the paper. If I'm wanting to work in Symphony of Cute Animals, the Japanese one, version, I wouldn't pick Prisma for that. I don't work in there very often now. I just haven't. I've been wanting to do other books. I was actually going to do like a what did I finish in July deal at the beginning, but then I couldn't find very many that I had done. I said, well, I need to probably do June too. And I was looking around and go, where'd the pictures go that I finished in June? And I think I just started a lot of stuff in the summer. Anyway, I was going somewhere with that. Oh well, it's gone now. Oh, yeah, so I didn't find very many. I thought, well, I'll do an end of the summer one then, because that makes more sense, I guess. I would grab anything if there was a fire. I would get out fast. Homeowner's insurance would replace it. Yeah, that's what I thought too, that the insurance would replace all the things. Yeah, that's a good idea. I did that with the very book I'm talking about. I didn't really rate them. I just did a check mark. Like, I don't even remember what that was. There's the Artezas and Black Widows. Faber-Castells. So, yeah, this one, I don't even remember what it was, but these two worked very well in here. I did a tutorial, one of Alina's tutorials, and was it in this? Yeah, it was that. Oh, I know it's in here. Maybe I'm wrong that it's not in this book. There it is. Yeah. I did this one, and she used Prismacolor. And she talks about how difficult it is to use Prismacolor on this paper. And what I found was if I started with a lighter color, a lighter layer of the polys, then the Prismacolor went on better. But I went ahead and finished this out because I wanted to finish it, and it worked well. I think I tried Brutes on this page. They were okay. My favorites, though, and I used them quite a bit on here, was the Black Widows. I liked that page. Anyhow, oh, you know what I should do is put white here in the middle, because then probably do it through here too. As the blue runs into the white, it will keep it lighter. Because when I was doing this, I forgot to do that, and I had to do a lot of erasing and putting Posca on and all that, so I didn't want to do that. Test pencils, I use all pencil all the time. Mix and match. I do a lot of mixing and matching too. At first, when I encountered somebody that did that, I thought, oh, you see, that's not what I wanted right there. Well, we'll just say it's a shadow or something. Did I use white on that? Yeah, it was coloring with K. Oh! I didn't clean the brush right there. Oh well. I'll cover it over with color pencil in a minute anyway. Still got green. Okay. There's a lot of green in that. Oh. Oh, that's no problem. Thanks, Nicole, for coming in. Yeah, have a good day. This just doesn't want to let go of that green. Okay. I may have to use this side for the whole thing. Because the other side's wanting to put green out. Like, what are you doing? also can go back over the blue with a darker Inktense color. Oh, y'all. Hey, Kenny. Do you have the Artezas? Or does anybody have them? I had a question. I jump around subjects all the time. Oh, you didn't? Well, by the time I started coloring, there was already the Artezas had already stopped being produced. There was a second generation of them or something like that. And I asked what was different about the older Artezas, and somebody said, I think it was Emily, said that their Artezas were water soluble. Oh, you don't. Now, Kenny, do you have the ones from several years ago when they were a thing, or do you have a newer version? You may not even know the answer to the question I wanted to ask, but anyway, yeah. So Emily had said they were the original Artezas colored pencils were also water soluble, and I was messing around with the colors last night and the Inktense, and I thought, can't talk. It occurred to me, wait a minute, I wonder if the Artezas I have, because I bought it from an individual, the whole set from an individual, I wonder if these are the original ones. Did you? Yeah. I'm not sure if I want to get anything fancier than the polychromos. The only reason I have those is because I bought them from an individual and for a really super good deal. Hardly used at all. Oh, yeah, the newer ones. Okay. Now, do your newer ones, do they dissolve in water, or have you even tried that? Yeah, I didn't leave enough white there. Lightfast is probably the tempting one. And maybe the Albert Durer. Albert Durer. I don't know how to say it. They activate with water, but they aren't. Okay. Well, then maybe, I really don't know which ones I have. I suppose I could try to get in touch with that lady again and ask her, were these the older ones or the newer ones? Because I was playing with them last night and they moved with the water. They weren't like moving like watercolor pencils, but they were moving. And I thought, oh my goodness, do I have them? Okay, let me see. Actually, it looks like I missed a spot. Oop. No, no, no. You're not going to use that side. Oh, was she really? Oh, the marker tribunes. I think Renee knows a lot about those. I think she knows about just about every set that's come down the pike. Or the pipe, whichever version of the saying you like. And the Phoenix ones. I could show you. Did anybody have a comment about what to do with selling stuff? Let's try a nice blue or an aqua. Let's try this one. 700. She wants $700 set. Oh, she wants the $700 set. What is the $700 set? Well, isn't the one that's called Seeds the one that you have to get on their subscription? Oh, really? Cool. Let me see. I don't really want to use... I guess I'm not gonna really use the back of this, so... I'm not fond of the bees. I mean the wasps. Alright, let's just give this a try. Ooh, I just love this color. You can see the blue and the green in there. That is amazing. Yeah. The only word in that sentence that I capitalized was Shannon. I don't know why I corrected it. I don't either. It's funny. The problem I have with typing on, well, you may be on your computer, but I have a problem typing on my phone because if I don't put my finger in just the right spot, it'll put another letter in there, and sometimes I don't notice them. Okay, I'm going to try using this one. See, you got some of that coming out, but it's not completely water soluble right there. And then let me try actual water. You would have to put a lot of water on there to get it, all of it to move. And that would soggy up. There's a new word for you. Would sog up your paper. I think that says 300 pencils. Oh, the seed pencils. The Quinn said I looked out. They changed the formula to Jesus so the new ones do not activate. So then do I have the older set if it's able to do that? It's the same tin as the old one. It's got the owl on it. I noticed they have a newer kind called the Pro Series. These are the experts. And I can't find the experts anymore. At least not on Amazon. They are all classic or Pro Series. Oh, it did? Alright. So perhaps these are sort of an intermediate version where they're still called expert, but they're not completely water soluble. But it is interesting that it moves like that. Hey Shannon, how are you? Have you been here a while? Okay, that should be dry enough. I can start to use trying to think if I did mostly Arteza on these. Yeah, I think I did. Probably used this one too on the white. Well, thanks for popping in. Alright, let's go with this one first. Maybe I'll do white first. Because I really wanted it to be, ooh, that was wet. I think I didn't start watching very many or any streams at all. I didn't watch anything until probably fall of 21. I watched Color My World and Coloring with Elena, Art Journey UK, and after that it was a grouping of, oh, I watched Renee too. Then it was a grouping of Shannon, Emily, and Connie, and Angela, Tanya. They sort of all, I sort of watched those all about the same time. I'm not sure what I'm doing here with these. What am I doing? Okay, let's start out with the dark one here. It's going to get dark right there anyway. But by the time I got into it, most of the ones we watch now have been on, or had been on for several years, or a couple of years anyway. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not telling you what I'm using. That was Mykonus Blue, and then Peacock, Sky, and then Sky Blue Light. I'm not sure if that was the same combo I used here or not, but that is what I'm using on this one. Probably because I started out really light. Actually, it was sort of almost all the same color. It was all that light color, and then I came in with darks and white and all that stuff. Sometimes I don't know what I do. I think it must be hard for some colorists to explain their technique because they haven't explained it before. And then they go in there and say, well, I'm not sure what I do. That I find that in cooking. Some recipes I just kind of put in a certain amount and I don't measure. So if somebody asks me a recipe, I'll say, well, I'm not entirely certain how I do that. So I don't think I could tell you how I'm doing this. I'm just kind of sneaking up on the highlighted parts. I'm sneaking up on it. I got that from I was actually one of the first drawing teachers, I guess, that I found on YouTube. I initially started to draw. I didn't do coloring. It was just drawing. And I used colored pencils to draw. And then I found Artist Network, and there was a series on there, and he used not color pencils, he used regular graphite pencils, drawing pencils, and so I started to watch that, and that one was an amazing series, and I'm ashamed to say I haven't gone back and watched the earlier episodes. I watched them for about a year, and then I didn't go back to watch the first ones. But anyhow, that's where I got the idea of sneaking up on. He just the artist that was teaching had a way of teaching that was, just calm, I guess, is the word I think. The only word I can think of. And more relaxing, you know, and you know, and he would make mistakes. I think I've told you about it before. Anyway, he kind of freed me up. Okay. Trying to figure out where the butterfly starts. That's a little finicky. Finicky? Fiddly. It's a little fiddly. Sneaking up on the highlights. Hey, baby. That's my puppy dog. That's my super duper puppy dog. I might just skip that and jump right to the blue. Sky blue light. I mean, they're all blue. I guess it's a little darker down here near the butterfly. And if I put too much blue on there, I can always get out the Posca. As far as my drawing goes, I haven't drawn in a long time. And I just find coloring more relaxing, but I would like to get back to it. I think of if I'd have kept drawing along with coloring, how much better of an artist I would be by now. Those videos are still out there. Go watch them. Now my brain is back to selling stuff or trading. On Facebook, there's a coloring swap sell kind of thing group, but it's mostly people in Britain. So I'm not sure if there's one. I mean, there are Americans on there, but I thought I might do it that way. Because I just wouldn't know how to do it any other way. I don't have a ton of books to... In fact, I don't have any books to sell. It's just a pencil set, maybe 2, and some stencils. I don't know what all I have there. I have to go look at it again. And then pencils are going to be heavy. And probably because of the pencils, they're not very expensive, that it would be cheaper for someone to get them on Amazon. Yeah, I guess that's the simplest way to do it. List them on Facebook Marketplace or your local. Yeah, I could do. That's what my husband was saying. He said, put it on Marketplace. I don't know any colorist in the area, and that might be a good way to find them. I'd started a coloring group for my town, but nobody would come in there. Nobody found it or cared, I guess. So I just kind of made it for my channel, and I post whatever I finish coloring there. I'm trying to figure out what that is. I guess it's just part of a leaf. It's not like a turned leaf like some of these right here. Puppies are chewing on a piece of dead grass that he dragged in. Well, the puppy dragged it in. He's always dragging in stuff. A few days ago, he bolted through the pet door with this, I don't know, really long piece of grass. You know how it was one of those red top, I think they call it, or brown top. It looks like wheat. Anyway, giant grass. And then the end of it, of course, the end of it, it's a runner. And so he had, I don't know if he pulled it out of the ground or it was already out, but it was a big piece of grass, and he dragged it into the house. It's really funny. A grass garden for your guinea pigs. I never thought of it like that. I thought they just ate, guinea pig food. But I guess they also eat other things. I try to use the Inktense by itself, but then I end up putting some kind of pencils on the top. This is the sky blue light. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get a guinea pig. Steve he doesn't want to do fish, and definitely not turtles, and definitely not guinea pigs or hamsters. Ooh, now we need to get darker. Indigo blue. We had turtles before, and we fed them too much, and the water just got dirty all the time. They got bigger and bigger, and of course we bought a bigger aquarium for them and a tank, and we kept buying bigger and bigger because we kept feeding them more and more, and they'd grow and grow. You get the idea. And then finally we gave them to a lady who rescues reddish sliders, which I didn't know there was such a thing. And then we didn't see them after that. But we were cleaning their cage out, or their tank out, all the time. It was just ridiculous. And so the three of us, this is my daughter when she was younger, all agreed that we need to give them away. And I assumed they lived out the rest of their lives happily in an outdoor pond, protected from predators or whatever. I would think a betta fish would be the easiest thing to care for. They don't require a lot. Of attention, and you don't necessarily have to clean the cage out all the time. A cage, I keep calling it a cage. The tank. But I don't think he would go for that either. But I've got my puppies and my cat. We did agree not to get any more cats. We've had cats since we were first married, and there was just, over the years you get tired of cleaning litter boxes. And we're not going to buy one of those fancy self-cleaning ones. Wow, it is 11:30 already. Amazing. I think that's pretty good. I'm feeling like, though, there's too many white, too much white. I really just wanted to be kind of a thin, highlight. I missed that. Same here with 2 19-cent feeder fish. 4 aquariums later, they are now 12 years old and 10 inches long. Wow! Amazing. 12 years. Your goldfish lives 12 years? I didn't know fish could live that long. Incredible. Tweak, 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 tweak. It's like I missed a whole section of the flower here. About them, the girl said hers lived to 17. Wow. I mean, sometimes they get diseases that I can't believe I've been working on this one flower so long. You're probably saying, what is she going to put in the middle? I don't know. What kind of stuff would be in the middle of a blue flower? Yellow? Orange? I wanted the two butterflies to be monarch looking. Yeah, monarch looking, but I'm not sure about the inside. 15, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Oh. Amazing. I forgot to take all these dots out. Well, not all of them, just some. Gosh, I'm quiet. Y'all are quiet too. I just get focused on what I'm doing and think, oh, I'm supposed to talk. Mine watch me do dishes and act like they're carrying on a conversation. Oh, I talk to all my animals too. I really did like having the turtle. I think I would definitely do things differently with those. I wouldn't overfeed them, and we actually started to feed them in a smaller tank because they would dirty up the water in their big tank. And that helped. That helped for a while, but we didn't have to clean the tank as often. But we had to drain almost all the water out, and so we had this big pump thing, and it would pump the water into the kitchen sink. It was just a lot of work. Hoping to get a part-time job at Kroger today. Have an interview between new fridge purchase and needing to scholar. Oh, okay. Awesome. I hope it goes well. If those fish could talk. That's funny. One of my aunts, got a job at Walmart doing shopping. So someone would call in and not call in, put an order in, an online order, and then she grocery shops, gets all their stuff, and she's on her feet all the time, but she likes it. Oh, yeah. I think it's ridiculous that they tax Social Security at all. I mean, you've already paid tax. Why make you pay more tax? I'm using the non-photo blue to cover over some of these lines. No sharfish, no more, do we know? I wish that they would allow the spouses to keep getting Social Security from their spouse that passed. Like my father-in-law, my mother-in-law passed away in December of last year, and of course her Social Security stopped. But I thought, wouldn't it be nicer and better if where's that pencil? That one. Oh, it's right there. Wouldn't it be nicer if the spouses could keep getting that income? Well, it's not really income, is it? But, you know, that would make sense. While I was working, 50% of my Social Security check was taxed. See, I just don't, I don't get it. And of course, nobody has a problem with it. That's the crazy thing. Oh, why don't we, fuss about this part? But nobody fusses about it. Oh, it's just tax. We just have to pay tax. SSI. When I first was diagnosed with fibro, I thought I could get some kind of money from that, but it takes an awful lot of hoops to jump through. And I was a stay-at-home mom for most of my adult life, so I wasn't putting in anything. But it's okay. My husband has a good job, and I can teach online. It doesn't take too much of my spoons, too many of my spoons. She did. Now, that probably, I'm guessing, was a pension from something. The spouses will still get the pension, but they won't get the Social Security. I mean, usually. It wasn't pension? Wow. How did she do that? And how can I get that back from my father-in-law? I mean, they were on so little as it was. But now he's on even smaller amount. Trying to live on Social Security loans almost. Yeah. Well, they get a little, because they were missionaries, they get a little bit from that. Some people continue paying partnership with them. So he gets some from there. He comes over here for dinner. And he gets free meals at the senior center during the week. So that helps. Also, he lives in a, I don't know what you call it, but your rent is based on how much you make. So even though he didn't get that Social Security anymore from Steve's mom, he still gets a lower rent, which I don't get, because it's the same place, the same apartment. It's not like a regular apartment where you have multiple levels. It's almost like a townhome kind of thing. I wonder if this is finally running out of ink. Oh no, you can't run out. Guess I'll try these. I don't know if they'll work that well. That's pretty good. This is that mark color that you told me about, Shannon. Let's see. Brian does have the... Yes, Steve's got that too. He's got 2 of them. So where I worked didn't have any type of retirement either, but I only worked there 9 years, so it would not matter. There's no way I could live on my own. Yes. Well, you see, the Social Security was supposed to be a supplement because people would get, well, the men, heads of the household would get pensions, or there would be family members that would help. And it was meant to be supplement. But then people don't help their family like they used to, and so they end up, and they don't have the pensions. Most places took that out. And so all of that care switched over to the government. And that's your civics lesson for the day. Yep. 401ks came along, which was nice, and the first place my husband worked, it was actually a 403k because it was a university, and so they could offer. Why won't this work? Oh dear. No. Oh. I have to be careful what drops on the floor, because Mr. Puppy likes to get in there and chew them. Now, why was I putting this down again? I don't know. Yep. I hear ya. Absolutely hear ya. I don't think I can write over these as well as Posca. So then when he switched jobs, he put that 401k or 403k eventually put it into some kind of, I don't know, growth thing. I don't know what you call it. And then the one he's got now, for the job he has now, keeps going. But when he worked at the university, they actually did the matching. You could put in up to 5% and they would match it. But you couldn't change it once you started it. And he just left it at 1% or 2%. I think you could change it. Tweak, 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 tweak. Not sure about this little bit right there. It almost looks like it ought to be covered. Anyway, there we are. So the inside, what shall we do with the inside? I could go ahead and make it the same color as the inside of the flower, the outside of this flower. I think for this one, I may do like a brown color and then go in with a Posca and put probably the yellow Posca or orange Posca I have and dot that. But this one I don't know. I was looking for this thing. I think oak. Sorry, I make those funny noises. I wonder how long this Tombow blender will last after being used so much. Yeah, the government doesn't care. Yeah. Oh, probably in the 90s, not 90s, the 2000s. They were talking about make it into where people of a certain age could be grandfathered into keeping their money. Like the younger folks that were starting to work, they would get to keep theirs if they wanted to. And then I guess of my husband's age, he wouldn't have been able to do it, but well, maybe it was. It was like a certain age, born in a certain time, or certain year. Yeah, I think he would have been a part of that, but I don't know what happened to that idea. I guess somebody ruined it. I'm still here listening. I was weeding my flowers and a chipmunk popped out and started talking to me. Now I'm feeding him. Oh, Blue, that's so sweet. How's it going with the chipmunks these days? Are they a happy lot? I'm hungry. I've been on a while. Probably ought to go. How did that conversation go? Did you explain it to him well enough? Well, the bee is going to be yellowy orange. All right, what would go along with blue and get up my color wheel? Basically, we have blue and the orangey color. And the monarch is going to be this one. So either we can go with one of these colors in the middle, which I don't really like. We could go with that one. Or we can do the split complementary. I'm not sure I want to do turquoise on that. Purple. I could make the butterflies purple, I guess. If you make sure you keep the lid on the Tombow blender. Did I not leave it on? Oh, I always leave it on. Oh, make sure you leave it on. It'll last a while. Okay, awesome. I'm kind of already going along with this split complementary to the blue. Put this over here. I already got green in there. I could do the purple. Oh, don't they have glycerin and water? Isn't that what it is? Somebody was telling me that it was glycerin and water. I don't know. I think I might actually go with what I just did for this one. Fish and chipmunk. Fish and chipmunk and government. I don't like talking about government anymore. I used to talk about it all the time. Very much into politics. Now I focus on art and teaching and my pets. Much more relaxing and enjoyable. Did she really? Oh, that's cool. Oop. This may look perfectly stupid, but I gotta try something. You know, something I would like to put out is a bat box. Do any of y'all have a bat box? I don't know why my throat is so croaky. It's like I can't get it out. That's not bad. I'll probably lighten it up though, or darken it up, like a little bit of this orangey color. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming in, Yana. Yeah, it's about my lunchtime. Well, I usually eat at 11:30. That's in the other blenders, the ones that called Finesse. Oh, you mean that? So there's not glycerin and water in this one? I mean, if it lasts a long time, I'll just get another one. Let's have me to go. Yeah, I think I'll go too. So I got a little more background done and one flower. I think I might still go in and darken a little bit more. Put in a little more color in there. Probably with just Prisma color, you know. And figure out what to do with that. So y'all have a great week, great rest of your day. Thanks for coming in. Don't forget to hit the like button as you leave. See you later. Oh, you're welcome. Remember to come Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel.